Hello, everyone. I'm just giving a minute to get settled here. We are going to talk AAC today. So anything alternative communication methods. We are going to spend some time going over how we do modeling in the classroom and with lessons. So if you're hopping on, ask any questions about modeling AAC. Now is your time to do that. Hello, welcome on. It looks like mostly everything is good. We're looking good so far. Why? I'm missing one more here. I think I'm missing one, but that's okay. What happened? Hold on. Always, what happens here? There's always a hiccup with something that's going on. But if you have any questions about AAC as we are hopping on here, please go ahead and ask away. I am not a speech therapist, believe it or not, but I am a teacher with 11 years of experience. And so I can answer any questions that you have for AAC and how to use that in the classroom. Okay. Just make sure we're good. All right. No questions so far, which is totally fine. All right. So I'm going to cover 3 of the main AAC that I use in my classroom. And that way you guys can kind of see it as well, because I'm sure you have very similar ones. So I'm actually going to move that out. So today I'm going to cover modeling on touch chat. Obviously I do not have the iPads with me, but if you had backup paper copies of things, I know there's like great flip books that you can model on of like pathways and things. Or if you are a school that has access to AAC devices and teachers can have an access to it. I know there's a variety of you on here that actually have it modeled on like the projector or a smart board. And so that's really helpful as well if you can model and show right up on the board, or you can go right next to the student. So anyways, so I'm going to show you touch chat. I'm going to show you LAMP, Words for Life, my least favorite. Shh, don't tell anybody. But LAMP is also something I'm familiar with. And then the last one is Prolo-Quo. Prolo-Quo to go is usually what it is. And then this is what that looks like. So you can model on any of the devices, all of the devices at the same time. So there's lots of different ways that you can be doing this. As I start planning lessons, I typically try to pull 1 or 2 words maximum that I want a student to be able to model, communicate on their device. So as they're following along with the lesson, I want them to model a word and say a word. If they don't independently say it, I model it on their device for them, or I'll model it with a visual in front of me, but I never force a student to fully like say the words without, I don't force a student to communicate. If they want to communicate, great. If they want to use their device, great. But I also encourage that communication and encourage that participation. So let's just start with touch chat, because I feel like this has been pushed out more and more with students lately. And so if I'm talking about a car, I might want to be modeling things like go, stop. Maybe we're going to open the car door and get inside. So if it's a story, you're going to go and look through that story ahead of time, and so that you can really find the words that really go with what that story is doing. So when I was teaching the reading curriculum that I taught, I would always look through the story, find those opportunities of like, okay, maybe today we're going to really focus on feelings. And so I see on this core board, I have my feelings right here. Oh, he's happy. He gets to go home. Oh, he's feeling tired. Now he's going to take a nap, right? So we're modeling that communication as the lesson is going on. And they are actively participating by following along, following where those words are. So that's a great way to do that. Math was always kind of really hard for me because it was always like, all right, let's go communicate numbers. But like you can do more and less. I know not here, but in if you go a little bit in, there is more and less. So it's more of a descriptive word, which for me is in this top right corner. So if I go to describe it, it can go more or less. And if I'm counting and I need to count more, I might have them tell me to go more. So I might model go on there. So hopefully that helps just to kind of hear that a little bit. Again, looking ahead at your lessons, trying to find the best way that they can communicate and bring that all to the lesson. So as we are in AAC month, I just wanted to make sure we had some examples of how we can be modeling AAC. So same thing with LAMP Words for Life. This one, again, not my super favorite, but I know some students that do have it. And as you're watching this, if you have any questions about AAC, please go ahead and comment, and I will make sure to answer that for you. So things like, I'm just trying to think. So again, we talked about feelings. They have feelings here, or go is here. So if you are modeling the same type of thing, it looks a little different on different devices, and that's totally fine. But for me, this one takes me a little bit longer. Here's stop. So there's go and stop. But like, you can talk about food. Maybe there's a specific food that there's there, or a drink, or like a color. So again, I really try to pick a theme when I am teaching. Yes, I can save the live on my profile if that's something that would be helpful. So I will make sure to save this and re-upload it for you guys so you can watch the full thing. But yes. So I try to pick a category. So like today we're going to focus on actions. Today we're going to focus on colors. Or this week, I might even say like this week, I want to work on descriptive words. And so that's really helpful when my planning is going on, and I partner with my speech path because they're fantastic, of like, hey, what are you working on with that student? You're working on stop go? Great. I'm going to work on stop go, and I'm going to find a book that's related to it or a story that's related to it. So hopefully that's helpful to hear too. Like it's forward thinking about like, yes, I have to do a lesson on, what have I done? Measurement. Right? And if measurement is there, I might say, I need more, I need less, or which number is more, which number is less, right? So just trying to think outside the box there, finding those core vocabulary words that you can really bring in the lessons. So same thing if you are using Prolo Quota Go. I have not used this as frequently. But again, very similar, it seems like, to Touch Chat. A lot of WH questions, which I did really like when, where, why, who, how, what. I do love that there because maybe I'm going to work on questions one day, and I want students to be talking about and modeling the questions. So like, what is going on? Where are they? And I might have them like model or have staff model like, where are they? So I do love that opportunity. Again, trying to focus on one thing at a time. I'm not trying to have when and more and less and stop and go all in the same lesson. You really are focusing on one specific target. So something I might do at the beginning of a lesson is say like, hey, we're going to answer WH questions today, and I want you to find that WH question when I ask it. So again, my staff know what's going on, my students know what's going on, and it's really helpful that way. I've also done lessons where it's gone over like body part stuff. I saw, body is up in this corner. So if I'm doing body parts, we're all going to be on that page. We're all just going to be talking about body parts. If you're doing like, I don't know, old lady who swallowed a fly, because that seems to be a trend right now that's happening in our like spooky seasons. If you have an old lady who's swallowing the fly, maybe you're going to say, oh, her mouth, she swallowed it in her mouth. So hopefully that's helpful to hear too. Again, thinking outside the box, trying to come up with your plan. of what you want them to say. Games are a fantastic way if you are ever playing games with students. I used to do this actually on Touch Chat all the time. Touch Chat is my turn and your turn. So we're working on taking turns, communicating that, like when students aren't paying attention, hey, it's my turn, and I'll communicate that, and then I'll go, it's your turn, Beth, whatever your name is, right? Maybe there's no response, and so I'm going to model your turn so that they know that that's happening, and that's bringing them in tune to what's going on. So that is my little spiel about AAC use and how to integrate it into lessons with modeling, with a focus, trying not to be too broad, but then also partnering with your SLP. So hopefully that was helpful to hear. I will stay on for another 30 seconds or so. If you have any other questions, now is your time to go ahead and comment, and I can make sure to answer any AAC questions from the experience of a teacher. But that's it. I will save this video for you all in my page so that you can get access to it and watch it another time, but hopefully this was helpful to hear. How do you teach the numbers above 9 is a question that I just got. Teaching the numbers above 9, I typically, I was trying to think here. So typically my students' devices do go above 9. But like if you are working with a board like this, legitimately like this, I would do 1 0, right? 1 0 is 10. We know it's 10. So hopefully that's helpful to hear. So like if there was output on their device, hopefully when you put the two numbers together and add a space at the end, it would say 10, not 1 0. Like as you type it, it might say 1 0. But that's typically how I would model that. So hopefully that was helpful to hear too. Just going to double check all the comments areas. Dun, dun, dun. But I think that's it for me today. Thank you all for coming on. Really appreciate it. Oh, perfect. Another question, actually. Before I go, one more thing. Did I screenshot that sheet in print, or is there a way to access the icons online? There is a way to access the icons online. So literally, if you are doing touch chat, touch chat, I went to PRC, I can never say it, Saltillo is usually where I go for touch chat. PRC is where I go for LAMP, and Assistive Wear is where I go for Proloquo. So that is the companies that create these devices and the speech devices. So you can get print offs there, which is fantastic. I do really like that. So great. Thank you.